Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are speaking about a topic that speaks about nurturing the assertive self as a young man. Nurturing the assertive self as a young man. You developing the assertiveness in you because you are having assertiveness and an element of assertiveness in you, but therefore you need to nurture it, you need to develop it, you need to become a better person because assertiveness is very much important in our lives. Assertiveness is actually a skill that is necessary for you to become successful in life. And majority of us fail to become assertive because we have not actually nurtured our assertiveness inside of us. We have never actually developed the assertive self. We have never looked into focusing into an area of developing ourselves into being assertive. Now, if you want to be assertive and nurture the assertiveness in you, please don't use passive filters. Speak clearly. Don't use passive filters. Speak clearly. Because there are times when people speak in parables. When you're supposed to address people, instead of being direct in what you want to say, you're actually beating around the bush, as people say. So you're actually missing the point because people may not understand you the way you want to deliver the message. When you speak in parable, you speak in parables, I would say. I mean, you speak stories in order to try to explain things. You're basically making people to get lost. Sometimes they don't understand. And that's not being assertive because many people may not even understand what you're trying to clearly address. Assertiveness is ability to be transparent in a way that you're open to say and call a spade in a way where you are able to address issues the way they are clearly until somebody understands, because people can only correct the things when they know that they understand exactly what you mean. Now, if you're not happy with the situation in your friend or anybody around you, whether it's a relative or it's an individual that you're working with, a colleague, for instance, that you're not happy with their behavior towards you, don't speak in parables. Don't speak like you're giving examples. Don't speak like you're telling stories. Please be direct. Tell the person that I was not happy with how you handled this. I was not happy with how you approached me in this manner. And that's how clear it is. And it must be succinct in a way that nobody will have doubt of what you're saying. And that's being assertive. Now, when you want to nurture your assertive self, you must not use what we call passive filters. Now, passive filters is this hiding of information behind what you're saying. Is this hiding of what you really mean in what you're saying. And as I said, it is actually appropriate to clarify things and make sure that you don't speak in parables because people may not understand what you're saying and therefore they may not be able to correct that which you're trying to correct. They may not able to understand what you are saying and what in future you expect from them. And that is the reason many people do mistakes towards you more often and they don't correct. They don't self-correct. And they don't self-correct because they think that things are right as long as you don't actually clearly understand them. Now, when we speak about passive filters, sometimes is when you keep quiet in situations you're supposed to address. You need to be clear in things that you need to address, in things that you need to come up to, and people must understand. Because if you don't clarify, people may not know what you think. People may not know how you feel, and therefore people may continue behaving the same way towards you without knowing that you don't appreciate what they're doing. Now, that's using passive filters. So please speak clearly and be direct in what you're saying. The other thing that I want you to remember, if you want to nurture the assertive self, is you must listen carefully to what others are saying. And you must let them know you understand. Because there are times when we are not listening at all, passive listening, whereby people are talking, yes, we are there, we are present, but we don't hear what they're saying. And this is problematic because most of the time, when people are speaking and we don't hear them because we are not attentive enough, we are actually disrespecting them. And that's not being assertive because there are times when people are speaking things that you don't like. And the assertiveness of it would be whereby you tell them, instead of me listening to you, going forward on this, I don't appreciate you continue to speak this or to speak this way or to continue with this topic because I'm not comfortable with it. Rather say that than not to listen carefully. Because if you are listening to somebody, it is just a matter of graciousness and also respect towards the person to listen carefully to what others are saying and let them know that you understand. Now, I want to speak a little bit about letting people know that you understand. Now, most of the time, people address us and we don't respond and they don't know really whether we understand or not. And as a young man, you would have realized that even in class, when a teacher or a lecturer is in front of you, it is therefore very important that when they teach you or they address you about a certain topic, you must acknowledge that you are listening, number one. Number two, also, you must acknowledge when you understand, because that would actually help them to continue with the subject matter instead of holding back and thinking that you don't understand. And that is why some ways of responding when people are talking to you and you want to carefully listen and you want to show that you hear and also that you understand, another way of doing it could be by nodding your head and agreeing that I can hear what you're saying and I do understand clearly. And sometimes also you might need to respond verbally, because there are times when people are addressing topics or issues and they're not sure whether when they're addressing you, you understand what they're saying. And in some cases, people are talking serious matters to you and they cannot continue until they know that you understand, until they understand that you are there with them and you understand what they're saying. This is very important, and I want to emphasize that it is therefore very important to listen carefully to what others are saying. It's very important that you let the people understand that you understand, that you are hearing them, what they're saying. So therefore, be careful of how you listen. Show attention, show response, show that you want to be part, you're part of what people are saying. Show that you are happy with what they're saying. This is very important that people understand that you understand as well. And that's going to be very key, that if you want to be an assertive individual, so you are able to listen carefully. Now, listening carefully helps you to comprehend what people say, because you can only respond appropriately when you have heard what people say. You can only be able to engage in the topic that people are engaged in. You can be able to engage in the conversation with the people when you have heard what they're saying. So therefore, it is very important that you understand. Now, another way of being assertive is particularly that if you don't understand, therefore raise your voice that you don't understand, or make sure that you indicate to them that you don't understand, because then people should actually explain what they mean or what they're doing or what they are saying before they can actually pass by and assume that you understand, because you may not be understanding. And that's very important that we emphasize the fact that there must be understanding each time. And when there's understanding, therefore, we know that then people will continue clearly knowing that you're understanding. Now, it is part of assertiveness, therefore, to be clear that you don't understand. It is part of assertiveness then, therefore, to mention when you don't understand, because you cannot allow people to continue without you understanding. Clarify things so that people may know that you don't understand before they can pass by and mention other things. And that's just a matter of courtesy as well. It's the respect to people, to clarify to them that I'm listening, and also to make sure that when you don't understand, you actually indicate that you don't understand. Now, I want to mention the fact that some of you as young men are still in your tertiary education. You are listening to lecturers speaking and teaching you. Please, assertiveness is that ability to say, I don't understand. Assertiveness is that ability to say, I cannot hear, pardon me, or can you say it again? And that's courtesy. And that is very important to do that, because many can only actually respect you highly when they know that you clarify when you don't understand. Because when people say things and you don't understand or you don't even hear them, but then they're looking for you to fulfill the task. Maybe it's a submission that you need to submit as a young man, maybe an assignment, and you never had, you never asked, you never talked to them. That is unacceptable because that shows disrespect and lack of assertiveness. But assertiveness is ability to listen clearly and understand what people are saying. And be careful while you're listening to others and saying, and saying also, make sure that you understand or you don't understand so that they can know when you don't understand and be able to repeat that they wish to repeat. That's assertiveness for you. I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus Phokane. Thank you very much for listening to us and being part of this great topic. And this was part 2. Of course, we'll deal with part 3 tomorrow. And I want to urge you as a young man to please go to our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum, our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane. Please like those pages. Make sure that you also watch our videos that we've posted in the past. They will help you. Remember our YouTube channel as well that you need to subscribe to. It is having a lot of materials that we posted in the past. That will help you as a young man, and it will develop you. It will make you an extraordinary man in this ordinary world, and you will become a better person at all times. I want to check out right here and say cheers for now.